Big game breakdown continues here on Sportsbit. Betting insight today from SBRpicks.com. Please, if you like this type of content, if you're into it, if you like these free daily previews, give me a like, give me a retweet, give me a follow. We need a little bit of love to keep this thing going. North Carolina and Syracuse, Tar Heels on the road. Minus 3.5. Now they're bet up to -4. Total 143. That hasn't really changed. We have seen a little bit of North Carolina money. Certainly the Tar Heels with the better overall record, the Tar Heels with the better record in conference play. The Tar Heels pretty well dominated the only meeting last year. They were -14 at home. They won 85-68. But it's been more than 2 full years since the last time these two teams played in the Carrier Dome. That's advantage Syracuse. Of course, there's been a couple of advantages for North Carolina of late. This team might have hit rock bottom. That late January 0-3 run where they lost 3 games in a row straight up NATS. Since that time, 5-0 straight up, 5-0 ATS. And you wonder, look at Roy Williams. You have him pointing towards a late season run the 3rd straight year. Of course, these are the defending national champs. In the 5 wins and covers, consecutive 5 wins and covers for North Carolina, plus 67 on the boards during that span. They're number 1 in the nation with a plus 11.7 rebounding margin per game. Physical teams, they get stronger down the stretch. And it's a physical play, not depth for this North Carolina squad. They're big men, they'll bang. But this isn't a deep team or Roy Williams squad, and certainly not by their usual standards. So what does it mean? It means a little bit more chemistry from the starters. There was no reserve on the court for more than 10 minutes in the 93-76 win at Louisville on Saturday night. But all 5 starters got all that playing time. They all scored in double figures. All 5 had at least 3 rebounds. All 5 had at least 3 assists. Great game for North Carolina to beat the Cardinals. Roy Williams after the game. All in all, we played really well. I didn't like our defense, but I haven't liked our defense all year long. Maybe we get it changed before I turn 90. But we made shots, and guys made plays. Of course, we're talking about North Carolina's defensive weakness. Look at this graphic right here. No ball pressure from the Tar Heels. Turnover percentage, steal percentage near the bottom of the NCAA statistical rankings. Syracuse, another team with absolutely no depth. They have less depth than North Carolina. But that also means better chemistry from the guys that do play. Look at the numbers. Tyus Battle, Frank Howard, Shai Brissett. All of them with ridiculous minute counts. Ridiculous minute count. Can't play these guys this many minutes. And, of course, ridiculous scoring counts as well. Wise Battle over 40. How can you average 40.2 minutes per game? Simple. He had a double overtime game against Florida State, and the guy never leaves the floor. Hence the 40.2 minutes per game in ACC play. So you look at this graphic with the points per game in ACC play. They got the big 3, and they got everybody else. There's no one else for Jim Boeheim to term. This is who he has. He has 3 guys who could put the biscuit in the basket in Battle, Howard, and Brissett, and that's what they rely on. But we're talking about a team with no depth. What does that do on the defensive end? Man, that defense. The quotes coming from opposing coaches that just played Syracuse are sick right now. This is a nasty 2-3 matchup zone, something that North Carolina hasn't seen in this venue in quite some time. You look at the numbers for Syracuse on the defensive end of the court. Total defensive, effective field goal percentage, shot blocking percentage, steal percentage, all top 20 for the Orange defense. That's a problem for a road favorite when asked to win by margin. But there's one major weakness of that 2-3 zone, and that's keeping teams from the offensive glass. We talked about what a great rebounding team North Carolina is. Look at the numbers right here. North Carolina offensive rebounding percentage, number 2 in the country. Syracuse defensive rebounding percentage, well, mediocre at best. That's a big concern for the Orange tonight. And that's, frankly, why I'm not going to be playing Syracuse in this ball game. Jim Boeheim's quote, "We're just trying to get to the next game. I think we got a good team. We'll just keep playing. There's really, really tough games left. We'll see what happens." Interesting game to consider, not a wager, not a game that at this time I've got any interest in making a wager on. One more big game breakdown out of the Pac-12 coming up next right here on SportsBit. Stay tuned. Like the show? Help us keep the lights on. Please make sure to comment, share, and subscribe to all the Sportsbook Review videos. Thanks so much. Best of luck. Enjoy the game.